this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and in this video we're going to tackle an issue that has finally had a solution recently. Well, it happened about a year or two ago, but I'm just now making a video about it. But basically, many Packard Bell enthusiasts, just like myself, have always wanted an ideal way to emulate a Packard Bell machine from the mid-1990s. And before that, the tried and true method was always using something like VMware or Microsoft Virtual PC when that was still a thing, or of course VirtualBox, and use the Packard Bell restore images on a virtual machine in one of those programs. Unfortunately, it was never ideal because it was emulating just a generic computer or virtualizing a generic computer and not emulating actual Packard Bell hardware like the Packard Bell motherboard, sound card, all that good stuff. So while it kind of got the job done, it just left a lot to be desired. Well, for the past few years, a program called PCem has been in development, and what that does is it emulates various IBM-compatible PCs dating back to the original PC back in the early 80s, and you can emulate all kinds of stuff on there. And one of the things that you can emulate is, yes, believe it or not, a mid-90s Packard Bell. And so I'm going to show you how to get this all set up, and by the way, this is all free to do. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to, we'll save that part for later. We want to go to the PCem website, which is right here. And we can see there's been a new version of PCem released since I last used it, and wow, I can emulate a Pentium 2 now. That is, I could have some fun with that, but that's not the subject of this video, so we'll go ahead and download it. It's available for Windows and Linux. I'm using Windows in this case, so we'll go with the Windows download. And it's going to be in a .zip file, so I'll just, for now, save it to my desktop. And we will open it, and we will extract it. I'm going to extract it to my main storage drive, which is drive F. So, can't seem to type today. Boy, I'm pathetic. Okay, so we will type in, we'll just name it PCem. And Windows will extract all these goodies to it. This will take a little bit. And there we go. And it took us to our folder where we extracted everything. Now the next thing we need to do, we need to populate our ROMs folder. And so what we want to do is we need to download some ROM images. And we can go to the next site I have up here from GitHub, which has various ROMs for PCem. And so for now, there are several Packard Bell motherboards you can choose from. We got some the older ones like the PB410A, which is an early 486 system. And we got the 520R, the Robin board, an early Pentium system. But what we want to what we want to use right now is the PB570, which is the Hillary board, common on mid-90s Packard Bells, like the Legend 406 CD, 402 CD, and all that. So we want to go ahead and download this, and it looks like we're going to have to first of all figure out how it's downloaded. It's been a while since I've downloaded this. It's kind of pathetic. Okay, I think we can just download the one Packard Bell motherboard, so we'll go to 570. Okay, we can't, we just have to go big or go home, so we'll download all these systems. And again, I'll save that to the desktop. And we will open it. And for now, we just want to get the Packard Bell motherboard files. So we'll go to PB570, and we will copy that. And we'll go back to our ROMs folder on in the PCem directory. And we will go to not a folder in there for Packard Bell, but no, we'll go ahead and add it ourselves, and that should suffice. And next thing we need is a way to get the Packard Bell restore image. And so you want to go to this archive on archive.org, which has all the master CDs available for Packard Bells running Windows 95. And by the way, that's what we'll be using in this particular video. We'll be using Windows 95. You can also use Windows 3.11. There are images for that as well, but just for this video, we're going to go with 95. And so we'll go ahead and download that. That's going to take too long for me, but I already have them downloaded, so we'll just close out of our browser. And now we can get to setting up PCem. And so we'll go to the program file for PCem and open it. And Windows 10 may complain about it not being secure, so just tell it to run anyway. I'm a rebel. And now you get the PCem configuration manager, which will allow us to set up our emulated PC. So we're going to want to hit New, and we're going to name it Packard Bell Legend 406 CD. How about that? And so now why is it selecting PB5? Oh, there we go. You have to actually select the motherboard you want. We've got a socket 5 Packard Bell PB570, and we can select our CPU, and of course it's a socket 5, so these are the options we have. We can go with 75, 90, 100, and so on. Now, PCem has this very strange glitch with these Packard Bell motherboards where no matter what Pentium you select, it's always going to be a Pentium 100. Even if you select Pentium 75, it's going to be Pentium 100. Now, I haven't tried this new version from December 2020 yet, so maybe they have fixed it. I doubt it, so we'll just go with 75 for now just to see if it works. And we'll just go with 16 megs of memory. 128 is a bit rich for this system. And we want to leave the video the same. We can add a Voodoo graphics card if we want. And now over here for sound, we want to go to Devices and select Aztec Sound Galaxy Pro 16AB, which is the sound card that most Packard Bell shipped with back then. And so we're going to want to select that. And now we get to create our hard drive and all the drives that go in it. So first of all, we'll just go with one single 3.5 inch 1.44 meg drive, no second drive. And for a CD model, we'll just leave it at PCem, and 24X should suffice. And now for the hard drive, we'll click this right here, and we will create a .img file, which is what the hard drive will be. And so we can at our sectors, cylinders, and heads and everything. We don't have to worry about that. All we have to worry about is typing in the size in megabytes. And so I think I will go with a 850 meg hard drive because that's what 406 CD came with originally. And we need to find a place to save it, so I will create a folder in the PCem directory and just name it HDD, and I will name it 406 CD. And click OK, and it will create the drive. It'll take about a few seconds. And drive created, so we still have to partition and format it once we power the machine on. And for mouse, we want to select just 2-button mouse PS2, and we'll just leave the rest of this alone. So we are good to go. So let's fire her up by pressing this button right here. Okay, I'll go ahead and start the machine. And look at that, we've got a full-fledged Packard Bell here, even though it is emulated. And look at that, 75 megahertz. So they fixed the CPU clock glitch. That is very good to see. And now the only problem is it does take a while for the power on self-test to go through. But while it's doing that, I can go ahead and add my boot disk for Packard Bell systems. And it's a special disk I have that works with generic CD-ROMs. I'll see if I can make that available, maybe on my Dropbox or something. And so there we go. And I'll go ahead and mount the master CD. The one I'm going to go with in this case is, I just got to find it. I forgot I moved them to a different folder. And we're going to want to go with 170. Where is it? 170366 from September 1995. So ISO is mounted, and we'll let it complete its post someday. Okay, it's booting from the restored diskette. Okay, now let me adjust the preview, the output thing for OBS. Okay, there we go. First of all, we're just going to exit out of this. And I got to readjust it again. I'm still learning how to use OBS, even though I've been using it for years, so bear with me. Okay, I was actually able to adjust it through PCem, so shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. So let's switch to our A drive and type in fdisk so we can do a little bit of partitioning. We'll create a primary DOS partition, and we'll give it a Control-Alt-Delete through PCem, of course, and we get to wait for it to post again. Yay. Okay, we're back at this screen again, and for now we'll just exit again. And it's going to complain about an invalid media type, so we'll just fail it again. There we go, switch to the A drive, and we'll do a format C:/S. Takes just about as long as an actual floppy disk. Okay, we'll tell it yes, and we will let it format. It will, the amount of time it takes to format will depend on the size of your hard drive image. In this case, it's not really that big, so it shouldn't take long at all. Okay. Alright, we'll just not give it a name. And we'll switch back to the Y drive and type in restore, hit enter. This brings us into the Packard Bell restore program. And for now, we'll just not give it a format number. So it'll do a generic format. And it's going to copy the files over. And so we'll just leave it at that for now and let it do its thing. Okay, the restoration was successfully completed. That's always a good sign. So let's back out of this and reset our Packard Bell, emulated Packard Bell, that is. At first I'll had to eject the ISO and drive A, and we get to sit here forever again. Would be nice if the PCem folks would adjust the post speed of this. Alright, booting into Windows for the first time. Oh, and here's that classic Packard Bell welcome screen. All this is perfectly normal. Okay, we'll put in our user information. I read all of this. Trust me on that. Now for the product key. And we'll let it install the devices. That very nifty drum animation. Okay, setup is ready to restart the computer, so we will give it the OK. And we get to endure this again. Alright, this should be, well, actually, no, it's not the final reboot. Don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Now it's going to auto-detect the hardware in the computer. Now notice that it picked up a Sound 16A sound card right there. Used to, on virtual machines, when you would do this, it would not be able to detect any kind of sound card. But now, thanks to PCem, that's a problem of the past. Okay, this is the final part of setup. Standard fare here. Okay, now this is the final reboot, and we'll get there, I promise. Okay, here we go. And once we are booted into Windows, I'll just show off how seamless this actually runs. And it boots up fairly quickly. And as you can see,
welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from, Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
So Navigator works. We even got a full color video, 256 color. Go into our device manager. And we do have some hardware issues with the IDE controller. It's not perfect, but this IDE controller mess does not affect use of this emulation, so don't worry about it. And so everything is working great. You know, this is a perfect solution if you've been wanting a mid-90s Packard Bell of your very own, but for whatever reason can't get one. This is definitely the way to go about it. Okay, so just to prove everything is working, we can load up one of the games that came pre-installed on these Packard Bells, My First Encyclopedia. We'll skip the intro this time.
If you want to climb the tree, just move your cursor up to the top of the screen.
I've been playing this game for 25
What do we
years.
eat?
It's none of your business.
This is our secret tree kitchen. Today it's my turn to cook.
And of course I showed this in last week's video quite a bit, so we'll go ahead and get out of here. I just wanted to prove that everything was functional on here. And so that's how to emulate a mid-90s Packard Bell. And for the most part, it's relatively flawless. A couple little hiccups there, but no big deal. One thing I would love for the PCem team to add to this is the ability to emulate a PB600 motherboard. That way you could emulate a Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT. But the fact that we have all this available is definitely really nice to have. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You may also support me on Patreon if you would like. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.